back to On the Table Talk. I'm Stoney.
I'm T.
And welcome to the channel. What we do on this channel is read Reddit stories or subreddit stories, such as Am I the Asshole or Am I Overreacting, and so forth. And today we have one, Am I Overreacting? All right, you ready?
Yep, let's go.
Right, let's go. This one says, Am I overreacting about my husband's new friendships? My husband started a job at an office about a year ago. Since then, he has befriended two women. One is 10 years older and one is 10 years younger. He's 35. So 45 and 25, okay? I feel triggered because he has cheated on me. When I tell him it makes me uncomfortable, he just says, I don't want him to have friends. Which is probably true.
It also sounds like gaslighting.
Yeah. Let's see. The 25-year-old is gorgeous. She could be a model. He says he can't help who he gets along with, but I know he doesn't want to be left alone. Okay. The office he works at is huge, but all of the people he gets coffee with, I guess, is this babe. One time he made this stupid Photoshop picture of her to goof off. I found it in his phone. I know he was flirting because that's part of his charm. He's funny. Plus, he's a shallow hornball, so there's that. As if he doesn't know what he's doing. That's what she's saying. Okay, the other one and him text all the time outside of work. They share music they like, memes, and reels, and have these inside jokes. They go on walks every day on their break, just them, and sit by each other, their choice. Let's see, when he had to call off, she guilt-tripped him. She calls him bruh and loser. A 45-year-old still says that. Okay, well, at a glance, it seems harmless, but something isn't sitting right in my gut. I asked him to keep it professional, but he said if he distances himself, it'll cause drama. How does he know that? How does he know it'll cause drama?
What?
He says if he distances
An adult
himself,
or not?
it'll cause drama. So basically, he put their feelings over mine. He wants to appear to be the stand-up, Mr. Friendly, honorable guy. Any advice would be much appreciated. Okay, well, it sounds to me, what do you think?
I think he needs to respect his wife's feelings first and foremost. I don't care about what the other women are feeling or thinking, and neither should he.
Right.
If the wife is upset, then I guess I'm having a hard time understanding why he's not doing what he needs to do to make her feel comfortable, being that he's cheated in the past. I don't think this woman is overreacting. I think this guy is playing games. I think he likes the attention he's getting from these women, whether it be the younger one or the older one. He still likes the attention. And yeah, I think
But what is her reaction?
what
For her not to be, asking the question, is she overreacting? Is it just the fact that something doesn't feel right or sit right with her?
I don't think she's overreacting.
Because she didn't say she did anything.
Right. I don't think she's overreacting with being uncomfortable. I think it's perfectly normal for her to feel how she's feeling, considering he's cheated in the past. And it really is up to him to make sure she's feeling confident in the relationship, seeing as how he's the one who stepped out.
Right.
Also, her feelings, her instincts, I wouldn't ignore that. I'd listen to that.
Okay.
It's telling her she has that feeling for a reason. I think he's lying to her about how he feels about those ladies, and I think if either one of those ladies decided to give him a chance to roll around with them, he would. Yeah. So I don't think you're overreacting at all.
Without knowing his work situation, here I am making excuses, right? Yeah, it seems suspect. First of all, it's like outside of work, he's texting with the older one,
Mm-hmm.
but at work he's hanging out with the younger one.
Yeah.
It's like,
It feels like,
dude, what are you doing?
it feels like emotional cheating almost.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like, because just flip it.
He's
Just
having
flip-
a ball.
just
Flip
flip
it. Oh, that's nice. No, we men couldn't handle that.
That's
No
all,
way.
that's what I say.
No way.
I say flip it, because I always feel like if there's something you wouldn't do in front of your wife or girlfriend, then you probably shouldn't be doing that when she's not there.
Right.
Like, if you're sitting up there just all cozy with somebody and just all smiley face and all smoochy and whatnot, if I walk up on the scene and I see you and you see me, you think you're going to continue with that?
It better be the friendly. It better be the friend hug. You know, the one-handed friend hug. That's it.
It better be.
That's the hug. That's the only hug that's acceptable.
Every single thing about the interaction that I witnessed with you and another woman had better not have any of my alarm bells ringing.
It better be the same whether you're there or not.
It better be the same, because I think people like to lie to themselves a lot. They play these games with their relationships, right? They pretend like they don't have feelings or lustful thoughts for the person that's just their friend.
Right.
You know, they do this. They play this game with themselves, and then they turn around. They play the game with themselves, which means they're lying to themselves, which means they in turn lie to their partner when the partner says something about it. And it becomes this really nasty cycle of I'm going to pretend that I'm not doing a thing that my partner clearly can feel me doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't like that. I feel like that's what he's doing. Like I said, if those ladies gave him the chance to roll around, he would.
Yeah, he's definitely playing with fire. He's cheated before. And she says the younger one is gorgeous. Come on, that's ego driven for him. For him to hang out. Why would a 35-year-old man hang out? Well, again, they're at work, right? But then I'm trying to make excuses. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I'm trying to put myself in this situation with people at work. But it seems like, according to her story, that he exclusively only hangs out with these two women. And then the other one, the older one, afterward.
I always find men do this often because you guys, you see yourselves in the situations a lot of the time, and you think it's okay to play with fire when it isn't. And as I said, if you flip the script, let her be there with the same age range, just having a good old time.
A 45-year-old man and a 25-year-old man, and you're 35.
Yeah. And let that younger one be gorgeous, just hot, right?
But that's your buddy.
Yeah, but it's your buddy.
You can have a buddy. I mean, you can have a buddy at work, but
let him be
exclusive.
Absent.
They're exclusive.
See, you say a buddy at work. Yeah.
Yeah, your work friends, your work buddies.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, men don't look at women as their work buddies like they do the males. That they see it that way. And I just feel like, let's not play games, okay? Don't play games with me. Don't play games with yourself. You know what it is. Especially if she's attractive. If she is attractive and you find her attractive, don't play games with me.
No, I would have to disagree.
Would you be okay with me if I were in this situation and you knew I was attracted to the guy?
If you were attracted to him? Oh, that's different.
Well, that's what I was just saying.
Well, if you're attracted to them, it's different. But they could be attractive.
But you didn't hear what I. But then you didn't hear what I was actually saying. I said especially if you're attracted to them, don't play.
You're lying to yourself.
Don't play games with me by trying to tell me it's just my buddy. That's bullcrap. That person might look at you like you're their buddy.
Right.
You're not looking at them exactly like that because you're attracted to them.
Right.
And if they gave you the chance, would that person still be your buddy? Right. No. And also, do you feel like that about the males who are your buddy? No, it's like give me a freaking break. Sometimes people just play games, and it's not just men who do it. Women do it too. If you want to keep your relationship, don't play games with it. I think your instincts are prickling for a reason. Your husband likes the attention he's getting. But I think your instincts are prickling for a reason. I think your instincts are prickling for a reason. Your husband likes the attention he's getting. But I think your instincts are prickling for a reason. Your husband likes the attention he's getting. But I think your instincts are prickling for a reason. Your husband likes the attention he's getting. And
yeah, it's the attention for sure.
Yeah, he definitely enjoys the attention that he's getting. And maybe if it was just that, he could be honest about it, and then she might kind of relax. If he was really just innocently, just buddy, but at the same time he likes the attention. Nah, I take that back. I'm not buying it.
But what do you think about the fact that his wife wants him to cut it off, and he says this thing about it would cause drama at work? What do you think about that? Because it's really difficult to just cut it. How did you cut it? How did you cut it off? Unless they've done something to him.
Let me get this.
I'm sure if I was in that situation, I would have to find a way. I would be like,
listen, if you were in that situation and we had to go back,
we wouldn't be in that situation. No way.
Let me just say
that I'm defending now.
Ain't no way. I mean, I'm your wife,
At
and
work.
I am telling you that based off of your history and this, and this, and I'm obviously putting the history of him onto you because that's what If you had this history and you're gonna tell me it's difficult for you to do something, why don't you make sure it's difficult for you to find your way home? How about that? Okay. Because I would absolutely crash out. Ain't no freaking way. You didn't already cheated once. I've already forgiven you. Now you want to play games with me? You're playing in my face.
Well, like you said, with the gaslighting.
Yeah, like
and she said it makes her feel uncomfortable.
It makes her feel uncomfortable for a reason.
You just don't want me to have friends.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? See, this is the pettiness in me, but the way I would feed him his own medicine. The way I would feed him his own medicine. Ain't no way.
This story is crazy. What about the 45-year-old?
Well, you have to also realize.
Calling him bruh and loser. It's like, what's up with her? I mean, is she single? Is she married? Kids?
I don't know. It feels to me
She's
like
45. He's 35.
It feels to me like all parties involved are playing games.
It's all foreplay.
Yeah, it is what it is.
To some degree, it's definitely foreplay.
And I'm not even saying that the women want him like that.
Right.
That's not always what it is.
Chances are they don't.
Chances are they don't. But sometimes.
Except maybe the older one.
Why? Because she's older?
Because she's older.
Oh, what a misogynist thing to say. Oh my gosh,
Possibly.
really?
And maybe even a younger one.
Yeah, but you said the older one because she's the older one, as if she has very little choices or whatever. But what I'll say to that is oftentimes women they like seeing that they can bend somebody to their will. You know what I mean? Like if they're attractive, oftentimes I think women like to flirt around with it. Mm-hmm. The idea that he's married and he is crossing boundaries that he shouldn't be crossing. See, those women, they know that if they were married, they wouldn't appreciate their husbands doing what this woman's husband is doing with them. They know this, right? Mm-hmm. Just like the man knows, he wouldn't like it if his wife was doing what he's doing.
The older. That's why I said the older one, because I think the older one, the 45-year-old, would know. Just think about this. Because we don't have any backstory. Okay. It could be a 25-year-old. It could be the first job. No real social life. It could just be naive or something.
Yes, a 25-year-old could.
They don't know. 35-year-old could run some game on her. They say game.
Yes, a 25-year-old could be naive. That is true. But at 25, you still know what looks right, what feels right, and what doesn't. When it comes to even just being friends, I bet you this same 25-year-old would have standards for some of her personal friends, right? She would know. Okay, this don't really sound right.
You mean somebody in her own age group?
Yeah. Or? So why would that not apply for someone that you know is married? I am not saying she's at the same level that this old man is. Mentally, she hasn't had that many experiences just based off of her age alone. With that said, you kind of know when you're playing games.
She should know.
You know what I'm saying? You have a whole job. You've had to move around. You know how people act. And if you're beautiful, you know dang well. Okay. Yeah. But listen, let me just explain something in case people don't understand this. I'm sure most people, if not all people who are adults, they understand this by now. That as a woman, a female human, as early as I don't even know, for myself growing up, I understood that just based off of the way I presented, people would do nice things for me. I never use that, but some women do and will.
Okay.
And you're talking about, before I was even a teen, I could see how people, males specifically, were being nicer to me.
They'll trip over themselves.
Right? Even just with me going shopping with my mother.
They'll open the doors.
People would always be smiling at me, telling me about how pretty my smile. Just grown men that I never really thought
Just
much about
things.
at the time. But even in my mother's presence, these men would be extra nice. You know? And as I got older, teenager and, you know, so on and so on, you see how people treat you based off of how the way you physically present. And you're not going to tell me, this lady said this woman is beautiful. She knows. She knows how people treat.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. She knows how people treat gorgeous women.
Right.
She has either taken advantage of the weaknesses of people, or she is at least aware of
They
it.
go get coffee every day.
Right?
Just the two of them.
This is what I'm saying. And she probably gets coffee for free often, depending on who's serving. This lady knows exactly what her looks can get her and how people behave around her because of it. And like I said, if you know that as a child growing up, you know it as a 25-year-old if you're a gorgeous person. Okay. You know. And I'm not even saying I'm gorgeous, but I know I was very shapely as a child, growing up and so on and so forth. I know how people behaved around me. And I'm saying if she is gorgeous, come on now. She knows. You can't put that off on the fact that she's 25. She knows.
What I don't understand is no matter how close of friendship you guys are at work, why would this guy
feel like he
Photoshop?
can't?
No, he did the Photoshop thing, like goofing off with the Photoshop. What's up with that?
Because he's flirting.
He's flirting, exactly.
He's flirting.
So
and so is she. She knows it.
She knows it.
She knows it. She likes that she has this older guy.
Because at any time the women, they both at any time they can cut him off because they know what's going on.
Yeah,
and they know he's married.
They know.
So people always like to use that false sense of security.
Of what?
That someone's married and they're not interested in me or something like that.
That's another game.
It's a
lying tactic that people tell themselves to get away with things. It's like,
this guy's happily married. We could be friends. Like, no.
They like to play with fire. It's not all it is. You know what I mean? They know. I don't know how many times I can say it. The man knows what he's doing. The women know what they're doing. They all know. They are playing next to the fire. They're playing next to the fire. I don't know if this man is good looking, but if he's good looking, come on now, somebody's about to cheat.
Yeah.
If they're attracted to him, put it that way.
But you can't have friends at work, male and female. I mean, they're work friends, but it just seems like this story, it's like they're more than just work friends.
You say that because you have these little buddies, okay? Right? You have these little male and female buddies. Right. I'm not saying you can't be cordial and friendly at work. That is not what I'm saying. Right. But if I find out that you are going on coffee dates or breaks and stuff like that, sitting around in a cafeteria with some woman, I don't care how
exclusively with a woman.
Listen, if I find out,
it could be a guy.
If I find out that you over here doing that, it won't be pleasant. I will not be happy because I'm gonna be thinking, what the actual F is going on here?
Right. Well, that's what she's thinking.
Yeah, but she's also thinking it because he's already cheated
before.
Right? Mm-hmm. Me, I'm gonna be like,
lots of red flags.
Is there something that we need to discuss?
Right.
Because see, I don't play games like that. I don't play games like that with men. I don't give men a reason to think that there's an opening with me, and you better not be giving women.
Oh, the opening part.
You better not be giving women the idea that there's an opening. I don't do it. You better not.
There's
do
an
it.
open door.
And if it's happening and I find out,
curtains. Hello, where are you? Oh, I'm at the coffee shop with Sheila.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, hey, where are you? I'm at the coffee shop with Sheila. What the hell is Sheila?
Maybe when you come home after being at the coffee
Sheila's
shop.
25 and gorgeous.
And maybe when you come home after being at the coffee shop with Sheila, I'll have Rick sitting on the sofa with me as we're reading books.
Oh,
maybe
wrong with that?
Maybe we'll read books together.
Oh,
you know,
man,
and then you'll come home and you'll find him sitting in one of your
No.
chairs, and I'll be like, honey, it's just a friend.
No,
we just reading
not
books.
just reading books. He's your tutor.
Oh, there you go. Look at Rick over there.
You picked up a new.
He looks so.
You're gonna learn a new subject.
He looks so good, don't he?
You want to learn a new subject, and you just get a tutor.
Oh no, I've been wanting to learn Spanish. Maybe I'll go hire a Spanish speaker who was hot. Right?
While I'm at work.
While you're at work
with Sheila.
And then you call me, and I'm like, yeah, and you're like, yeah, I'm over here at the coffee shop with Sheila, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, you know, Rick is right here. He's teaching me Spanish. Who the hell's Rick? Oh, I didn't tell you.
No,
I just hired somebody to teach me how.
He's been coming over here what, every day?
Yeah.
For how long? Like
an hour or so.
Like for months or years or what?
Yeah. How you like that?
I wouldn't like it.
No, you wouldn't like that. So don't play games.
So don't be going out. Don't be going out on coffee breaks with the 25-year-old gorgeous model chick.
Well,
or playing.
It's not even that she's gorgeous, because people cheat with unattractive people all the time.
It
has nothing. It really has nothing.
It's a stimulation.
I understand that the OP has put focus on how beautiful this lady is, but honestly, it doesn't matter. People cheat with unattractive people all the time.
They cheat because they can cheat.
They just cheat because they can. They cheat because they have the opportunity to. It doesn't matter what she looks like. It only matters to the OP because she might feel a bit of insecurity for based off of how she looks.
Right.
And so she sees this gorgeous woman, and she automatically thinks her husband is attracted to her.
Because if she wasn't,
she might not
gorgeous,
think anything.
Yeah.
But see, that would be a mistake too. It's your husband's character that we're discussing here. It has really nothing to do with how beautiful that lady is.
Right.
She could be the older woman could be beautiful as well, or not as beautiful in her eyes, and he may choose to cheat with her while you're looking at the younger one, thinking she's so beautiful. He must want her. He might want the older lady.
You think he's cheating? I think it's on the verge.
I don't think he's cheating. I do think he wants to.
I think he's having his cake and eating it.
Yeah, he definitely wants
both
to.
Ends.
He wants to cheat.
That's one at work and one away from work.
I really do believe that. I believe he wants to cheat because if he didn't, why is he fighting so hard to keep them? What do you mean this would become uncomfortable?
And I think the older one knows exactly what she's doing. That's why she's calling him
bro.
loser.
And yeah.
She's like, oh, what's up, bruh? Like they're friends, right? But then she turns around and calls him a loser.
Why is she doing that?
Because she knows he's a loser.
She knows
she could get him like that.
She knows how he's moving. As I said, don't crack that door open, and then you won't have a problem. Yeah. All these accidental affairs, bullcrap. There's no accidental affairs. You cracked the door open on purpose. You knew what you were doing when you did it, and you chose to do it. Yeah. And he's doing it again. So.
All right. Okay, guys. Let's get into some comments here. This one says, this user says, not overreacting. This man cheated in the past, and I don't think you would ever be able to trust him around women again. Why are you with someone who puts feelings of others over yours in the first place?
This is what I'm saying.
That's what we're talking about.
Can't be me. I'm sorry. I'm going to be very angry person. No.
Oh, wow.
No.
And then, hold on. Then she responded. She responded with, I don't have a good answer to that question. I wish I did. Wow. Wow.
I feel for her.
Here's another user. Not overreacting. If you mean get off, this is a very different conversation than him altering a photo for laughs. It's not inherently wrong for him to have female friends, but he should be taking your feelings into account rather than brushing them off.
Mm-hmm.
And he's cheated before, so you're not crazy to suspect he'd do it again. Trust your gut.
Yep.
I always tell people, I trust my gut.
You have to
If I
trust
have
your
a
gut.
gut feeling about something, I just don't do it.
And honestly,
because you should always trust your gut.
you should. And it doesn't matter if you're wrong.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're
right, because you're not right about everything. Anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're wrong, because at the end of the day, what could happen if you don't trust your gut could be a lot more serious than you maybe you feel like you don't want to be in an elevator with somebody. Right? And they see that you made that decision not to go into the elevator with them.
Hey.
They might feel a little offended.
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what they
They'll
feel.
get over it. They don't know
That's
you.
right. That's right.
You know, you deciding not to get in the elevator with a person you don't know, that you feel uncomfortable with. They'll get over that feeling of you doing that. But what you won't get over, or have a harder time getting over possibly, is if you do get in there and you ignore that feeling,
right,
and
something
bad
happens. Something happens.
Right? So it doesn't matter whether or not your gut feeling is right all the time.
It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Trust your
matter.
gut. Always trust your gut. I mean, you might have, like this situation, OP. She might be thinking, oh, he's cheating again. Well, he might not be cheating, but your gut tells you that something is wrong. So your gut tells you that something is wrong, something's not right. It may not be exactly what you're thinking. I always tell people I trust my gut. Whether I'm right or I'm wrong, it doesn't matter at all.
Yep.
You know?
I'd rather offend someone just slightly than to have it come back and I'd be like, wow, I really should. I had this feeling, I ignored it. That is not
That's the worst. Yeah. That's the worst feeling you can have.
We're just like animals. Animals always have those instincts, you know. And
that's why it's called animal instinct.
Yep. People, we just ignore it. Whenever it happens, we forget about it. You know, just brush it aside. But no, don't do that. It don't matter if you look foolish or not. Train yourself to listen to it.
Oh, OP responded to that last one where it says, where the user says, trust your gut. OP says, he snapped a picture of her while, come on, really? She's Sheila, the 25-year-old gorgeous co-worker, is sitting there eating, and I'm going to pick up my phone and snap a picture.
That feels a bit intimate to me.
That's kind of creepy.
It feels a bit intimate because I can't
While she
imagine.
was eating, and then photoshopped her as some character from Star Trek. Wow, you're spending a lot of time thinking about your coworkers. It sounds harmless. It might look like no.
Yeah, it's not harmless.
But I know how this man flirts, charms women.
Yep. Because he would not have done that if it had been a male
If you were sitting, if his wife was sitting there.
No, forget that part. Would he have done that if it was a male coworker?
No, of course not.
Would he have snapped the picture?
No,
he would not have done that.
No way.
So, yeah. Now your instincts are right on. You know your husband. The way he's flirting with her, he probably flirted with you in the same way. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
We're gonna cut it off right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for this episode of Am I Overreacting?
Yes, you are not overreacting.
Right.
You need to put your foot down and let him know, look, don't play with me. You're playing in my face again. You're flirting with these ladies, with this one in particular, and you just have to figure out what you're going to do about it, really.
That's right.
Yeah.
Put your foot down, OP.
Yes. And I won't say any more than that because...
What?
I believe in an eye for an eye, so...
Oh, my God.
But I'll leave it at that.
An eye for an eye.
Yeah, tit for tat, if you will.
Tit for tat.
Okay.
Well,
Like, but I would just say you have to sit and figure out what you want to do. I won't be giving you the type of advice I might choose to do.
Right.
I'm a bit of a avenger, if you will.
Okay, so please comment, like, share, subscribe to our channel if you like the content that we're bringing to you. And with that said, I'm Stoney.
I'm T.
And come back and we'll see what's on the table and we'll talk about it.
Yep.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye for now.